Coming up on Fulton today, get a jump on the November election. Vote early at locations across the county. And is the housing market making a comeback? We'll tell you what new statistics may mean for South Fulton. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. The November 6th election is fast approaching, and voters are casting that ballot early, and extra staff has been added to handle the crowds. FGTV's Tiffany Harlow has the story.
Shania, I'm standing in front of the Registration and Elections Office in downtown Atlanta, and as you can see behind me, voters are already taking advantage of advance voting to beat the crowds on Election Day. Advance voting started October 15th at 6 locations across the county, with citizens eager to have their voices heard.
Very well done. It was nice and quick. I was in and out in probably about 20 minutes.
It was just very, very nice and very convenient.
Ambassadors have even been set up in the county government center to help voters with the process.
The ambassador program is designed to help voters, give them directions on where to go to vote, assist them as needed, and control the lines during the election process.
Since the October 9th registration deadline, there has been a steady stream of first-time voters to the county government building.
Well, I'm not registering to early vote. I just want to change my state registration, so we just want to make sure we can vote normally.
I just turned the legal age, so.
Although Georgia law prohibits residents serving time for a felony to vote, volunteers even visited the county jail to register eligible inmates. Election officials have been working for months now to make sure the November election goes smoothly and the process is fair and accurate. More than 3,000 touchscreen voting machines and optical scan tabulators for mail-in, absentee, and provisional ballots have been checked and double-checked.
Testing a machine is a requirement by state code. The election statute requires to test all machines before we actually deploy them for an official election.
And if the response is anything like early and advance voting now underway, there will be plenty of votes to count.
The process was easy. Just went in, gave your ID, filled out the paperwork, got that card in your hand, and cast the vote.
Again, you have until Friday, November 2nd to cast your ballot in advance voting, but if you can't make it before then, we'll see you on Election Day, November 6th. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Tiffany Harlow.
Thank you very much. Now, here are some important details to remember. November 2nd is the last day you can request an absentee ballot, and it must be returned to the Registration and Elections Office by mail or in person by 7 p.m. on Election Day. Now, although you don't need a photo ID to vote absentee, you must have one to vote in person. If you have any questions about the process, contact the Office of Registration and Elections. A North Fulton wastewater treatment plant is in for a major overhaul. The Department of Water Resources outlined their plans to expand the Little River wastewater treatment plant during a public hearing earlier this month. Located in Cherokee County, the plant services residents in Milton and Roswell. The expansion of the plant will increase wastewater treatment capacity from 1 million gallons to 2.6 million gallons a day.
The technology that we use will be modeled after 2 facilities that currently are in operation in Fulton County. One is the Johns Creek Environmental Campus, and the other is the Corley Creek that uses this membrane bioreactor technology. So in terms of modeling after other facilities, yes, there are 2 other facilities that use this technology that produces the quality of water to meet Metro standards.
The updated facility will also reduce the levels of odor and noise released into the atmosphere. This is the first of many meetings on the project. Meanwhile, several roads in South Fulton are undergoing repair. Workers repaved Enon Road near busy Camp Creek Parkway all the way to Stonewall Tell Road. The project is being paid for through the state's local maintenance and improvement grants program.
Main roads such as Enon Road typically last anywhere from 7 to 10 years depending on the traffic that it receives. We typically post signage letting people know that road work is going to be occurring. We typically try not to close a road at any time, just a lane so that traffic can continue to move, and we'll have folks out there flagging the traffic and keeping it safe.
Other resurfacing projects are scheduled for Ben Hill, Old Jonesboro, and Pittman roads. There is a strong indication that the housing market is making a comeback. Housing permits were up in South Fulton last month, the first significant increase in nearly 4 years. Michelle McCauley is with the county's Planning and Community Development Division, and she's here now to talk to us a little bit about this. Michelle, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about these changes that you've noted in activity.
Well, in the Department of Planning and Community Services, we're very excited to announce that we've experienced a dramatic increase in the number of single-family home permits being built in South Fulton County. Just last month, we experienced a 4-year record high of 67 new homes being permitted for South Fulton County.
And what do you attribute the increase to?
We really see this as a sign that our economy is beginning to turn around. It's more specifically, it's the renewed confidence of banks to lend money and home builders to build those new homes and sell them to those new homeowners that we expect to see moving into South Fulton County.
Michelle, how does this upswing compare to the past?
Well, we're not back to our housing numbers that we saw back in the housing boom, but what we're seeing now is a monthly average of 37 new homes being permitted each month in 2012. Well, that's double what we saw in 2011 when we had only 16 new homes a month being built in South Fulton County. So we're not back up to our big numbers, but we definitely see a dramatic increase, which is a positive sign.
And of course, we always like to get your final comments.
Sure, I just think it's important for everyone to understand that these are not just numbers, but these represent an increase in the quality of life for all of South Fulton. Past 2 years, we've been experiencing dumping, high weeds, debris, just negative appearances in our subdivisions in our community. These new homes are being built in those vacant subdivisions, and so we're seeing new homes being built, new people moving in, and the overall appearance of all of South Fulton is improving because these are new homes being built.
All right, Michelle McCauley with the Planning and Community Development Division, always great information. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
A group of inmates at the county jail make a huge investment in their future. These are the latest graduates of the Sheriff's Office Floor Tech Certification Program.
Like the first thing I accomplished in my life, so it means a lot to me.
As a part of the partnership with Goodwill Industries, these inmates are trained to strip, wax, and buff tile floors, a task that is an employable skill.
Give me an opportunity to have a career and stay out of places like this.
The graduates were honored with certificates for leadership, most dedicated, most improved, and hardest worker. The graduates outlined their future with a handmade banner.
I've never really had any type of training for a job or something like that. I have had a job like that before, but it wasn't as helpful. You know, they not only help in skills, but they help in people skills as well as you know, how to handle yourself in society and things of that nature.
The jail also offers GED classes, culinary arts, and cosmetology training. These programs are designed to ease overcrowding and reduce recidivism rates at the county jail. And still to come, seniors have their say on how their tax dollars should be spent. We'll tell you all about it in our district-by-district coverage next.
Watching Fulton Today.
Fulton County Commissioners reach out to citizens for feedback on the 2013 budget, and an international program on childhood reading gets the approval of a county commissioner. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage.
We begin in District 1 with Chairman John Eves and his efforts to support Jumpstart's Read for the Record program. The international campaign makes its way to the Children's Museum of Atlanta. Youngsters gather for story time with Ladybug Girl and the Bug Squad.
It's so important that children read early and that parents understand that that period of time you can't get back. The first 5 years, children develop 90% of who they're going to be. And we know for a fact that if children are not reading proficiently by 3rd grade, they have a 70% chance of not graduating from high school.
We're pleased as a county to work with Jumpstart in terms of our libraries being facilities that would be used for families to promote literacy between adults and children, between parents and children, So I'm just here to be a part and to show my support and underscore the importance of literacy among all of our citizens, especially our young people.
Jumpstart's Read for the Record brings preschoolers together with grown-ups to read the same book on the same day all over the world. In District 4, county officials reach out to nonprofit organizations for guidance on the 2013 spending plan. Representatives from the YMCA and North Fulton Community Charities explain which services and programs are most important to them during a budget hearing at the Benson Senior Center.
I learned that we are going to have a pretty tight budget and maybe have some reduction in grant dollars for 2013. I think they should focus on making sure that the budget is equitable and fair, and that we should place the funds where they're needed, but definitely focus on taking care of the community and the citizens of Fulton County, all of Fulton County.
It's always nice to know what the citizens want the Board of Commissioners to consider in the budget. Anytime you have the opportunity, you should grab it and go out there and seek their opinion, because they are the taxpayers. You give them, the preference, you defer to them and let them tell you what they think, the board should have, in the budget.
The public hearings are a part of a series that will take place all over the county. The final public hearing will be held on January 9th, 2013. State law requires passage of the final budget by January 31st. In District 5, Vice Chair Emma I. Darnell heads the Everybody Pays Who Benefits Town Hall meeting portion of the 2013 public budget hearings.
We are so very, very pleased to have had such a wonderful turnout today to our annual meeting to listen and to hear and to fellowship. We also learned a great deal about county services.
The meeting highlights services that impact citizens like MARTA, senior centers and health facilities, the justice system, libraries, and environmental services. Residents spoke out about their concerns.
Okay, I came out because I had a concern about the water heating system here at the Darnell's Center. I attend their water aerobics class, and whenever I take a shower or attempt to take a shower, the water is icy cold. I wanted the commissioner and the team to hear my concern and hopefully plan for the 2013 budget to get a new heating system.
The town hall meeting was held at the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Multipurpose Facility. Some of the programs and services provided at the center are funded by Fulton County. Others are paid through fundraisers created by the Friends of Darnell Incorporated. In District 6, constituents also get a chance to hear about the county's proposed budget and provide input. This year, Commissioner Joan P. Garner hosted her district's second budget informational session at the Helena S. Mills Senior Multipurpose Facility.
In a time when people are losing jobs all over the city, the one area that is trying to find jobs for people and help these people find a place to go is the Fulton County Library.
We are just asking, when you do your budget, to think about one day you're going to be older. And if you choose not to be older, you better make arrangements like that. Because you're going to get there.
If you missed the budget hearing, you can attend the Board of Commissioners meeting or contact the District 6 office. And finally, in District 7, a Fulton County farewell to a longtime public servant. Community members, elected officials, and Fulton County employees finally remembered Ms. Philippa Brisbane during a memorial at the Public Safety Training Center. Ms. Brisbane was a policy advisor for District 7 Commissioner William Bill Edwards in the South Fulton community. She passed away earlier this month.
But I'm always carrying in my heart the spirit of Philippa Brisbane. And I'm glad that you all had an opportunity to know that spirit. So my dear Philippa Brisbane, we got it. We're not what we used to be anymore because of you.
By 15, Philippa was a world-class dancer and was being recruited by New York Ballets. At 16, Philippa entered Spelman. 4 years later, she won a competitive scholarship from the Ford Foundation to get her master's in library sciences. And then she went on with that master's at 23 to become the youngest head of the library sciences at a major university.
It was Philippa who represented the Brain Trust for the Benjamin Elijah Mays Academy for Young Men, simply because she was truly, that first F word is what? Focused.
Ms. Brisbane shared a love for serving people and interior design. She personally designed several of the amenities for the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. Friends and coworkers dedicated a spot where a tree will be planted in her memory outside the gates of the amphitheater. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Darrell Peak.
You can join your commissioners at work all this week with a rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And when we come back, pumping up the beat on breast cancer. We'll explain.
Watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
In this week's Common Ground report, we wrap up the county's coverage of their breast cancer pink ribbon campaign. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has our story.
All shades of pink, red, and purple were the order of the day at the county's breast and cervical cancer prevention program. Now, this is the county's premier breast cancer prevention event, and there was information, there's screenings, even dancing.
Everything about the program, now in its 5th year, sends a message of celebration from the Darnell Divas to the parade of the Royal Rubies and the Red Hatters. Women gather to celebrate surviving breast cancer. There are young survivors.
So when I got it, I did not know, for the obvious reasons, for just the emotional impact of it, didn't know what I was going to do. And then for the financial impact, I didn't know what to do. But found out about this amazing program. So I am one of those however many thousands and millions of women that are able to take advantage of the systems that are in place to help those that need it. So thank goodness for that. And I have had the best of care. And I can stand here today and say that in 2 weeks it'll be 5 years since diagnosis.
And the not so young, like Jane Goggins, who has a family history of the disease.
My sister had a double mastectomy, and she was the first in the family that we knew of having breast cancer. So it always has been very important to me that if there's a person in the family that had that awful disease, that you should go and have a mammogram.
And that's the constant message of those who coordinate breast and cervical cancer programs.
1 lady in 8 will get breast cancer. By making women aware of the options that they have regarding screening, early screening, that therefore we will catch these cancers early. We may never prevent cancer, but if we can diagnose it early, we can see the survival rate for women skyrocket.
We explain to them that they can not only come to the health center and receive services, but we also have a women's health mobile unit that go out to the community, and we do clinical breast examinations and refer those ladies for their mammograms. We try to reach those ladies that rarely or never receive mammograms, and especially those that are underinsured or no insurance. Get them in, get their screenings as early as possible.
All during October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The county holds information sessions at various branches of the library, at senior centers, to raise awareness of the numerous services and to promote good breast health.
Experts say early detection is the key to surviving breast and other forms of cancer. So through programs like this one, Health Services wants to make sure women know that regular screenings are their best bet to prevent and detect this dreaded disease. At the Adamsville Recreational Center in Southwest Atlanta, I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
Thank you very much, Lynn. For instructions on how to conduct a breast self-exam or referral for a mammogram, contact any of the 8 Fulton County Health Centers. The main number is 404-612-1211. Center locations are online at fultoncountygahealth.org. And here's how you say thank you in a very special way. One by one, they stood to accept applause for their outstanding work on the Adamsville Regional Health Center.
So the first certificate of appreciation is awarded to BDR Synergy, a joint venture, in recognition of your outstanding performance, dedication, and significant contribution to the completion of the Adamsville Regional Health Center.
BDR Synergy managed the project. Certificates of appreciation were also presented to the design firm of Beeman and Sears and the Whiting Turner construction team.
This is obviously a first for us. Usually we're turning over the keys at the end of the job. You guys say thank you so much, but can you leave now? We want to use the building. So this really means a lot.
A special thank you went out to the Community Advisory Committee, which worked with the design and construction teams every step of the way. Community leader Ruth Bailey says even kids won't mind getting checkups here.
When you tell your child, we got to go to the health department, and they see this building, they're going to think fun and games, especially with the grandmother approved playground. Okay? I've been out there, I've tested it myself. I love it. I love it.
I think one of our community representatives said it best. She said, when you come here, you don't think you're in a health center. And so I think this building and the design of this building shows the community that we care.
The Adamsville Regional Health Center is open from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Visit during those hours or call the main number 404-613-4215 to learn more about the services there. And finally, in our Common Ground report, and the winners are, well, all of the athletes who participated in the Georgia Fall Special Olympics Games.
Congratulations, team.
But a special congratulation goes out to our bocce teams from the South Fulton Training Center. This was our client's first time taking part. Trainer Laura Jones explains we sent 2 men's and 1 women's team.
We had one team to actually place third and receive a bronze medal. We had 2 other teams that placed fourth that received ribbons. So all 3 teams placed.
And that's no small feat, considering there were 1,400 participants at the games. The program is in collaboration with the City of Atlanta's Recreation Department. Needless to say, it was quite an experience for the clients.
I just wanted to let you guys know that we are very, very proud of you guys and all of your hard-working efforts up to this point. We're winners, right?
Fulton's 3 training centers for the developmentally disabled are located in the north, central, and southern sections of the county. Contact program managers Erica Williams Walker or Angela Russell Lee at the numbers you see here for details on specific services and programs. And still to come, a look at the creativity behind the county's workforce. It's the Fulton National Art Exhibit. Stay with us.
Watching Fulton Today.
Well, some special friends lend their support to their local library. They celebrate National Friends of Libraries Week by volunteering with the Friends of the Roswell Library. Volunteers provide staff support, host programs, and spend time working at the Friends of the Roswell Library bookstore.
The money we collect here in the bookstore, everything is volunteer, donation. All the money we make in here goes right back into this Roswell Library.
You can join the Friends of the Roswell Library by stopping by the branch for information. Visit afpls.org to find out about other Friends of Library groups. And finally, county employees show off their true colors at an art exhibit. For 16 years, the county's government center atrium is briefly turned into an art gallery. Current and retired employees and their immediate family members submitted their artwork to the National Arts Program in Fulton County. The exhibit is co-sponsored by the county's Art and Culture Department. The artwork was judged by professional artists for a chance to win a cash prize.
Well, it's exciting to have been recognized. I really didn't anticipate winning first place. I want this to be the first of many to come in the future.
Several artists received ribbons, but all got a certificate of participation. You can call the Arts and Culture's main number for information about next year's exhibit. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey, or email or call us. The phone number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV and friend us on Facebook. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.